Yo, welcome back to Herbistry420. I'm your host, 40. So today I'm making a video to show you what my setup was for Spannabis. If you haven't seen that video, click a link up at the top to check out the video. While I was at Spannabis, a lot of people asked about the setup, so I thought, you know what, let's make a quick video, show you guys what I decided to go with. I have a lot of different video gear because I used to work in film, so yeah. This is what I came up with. I had this cage, this handheld cage, and I think it's for a specific type of camera because there's a cutout right here. Maybe it was for a Panasonic or a DSLR or something. But I took this cage right here from PC Components, right? I don't think they make this cage anymore, so you'll need some kind of cage that has options to put quarter 20s, etc., etc. But let me tell you what I put on this. I'll leave links to things that are still available if you want to get them, etc. On the top right here is a snap mount. A snap mount is basically this magnetic mount. In fact, if I cut the zip ties here, let me show you on the other camera, right? If I cut the zip ties off of this, then this will just come off. There's two pieces right here. I don't know how well you can see this, but the two pieces, the top part is magnetic connecting to the bottom part, and it's not connecting to the cage at all. That's why I use zip ties. There's also a lanyard connected, so if I decided to cut these zip ties, then I could take the GoPro and I could attach it to something metallic because this is magnetic. So I brought with me a wire cutter. I brought with me extra zip ties. That way, if I wanted to remove the camera, which I never ended up doing, I had that option. Also, you'll probably notice right here, let's go to the other camera. Right here, you'll see that this is a power bank, huh? This is held together with zip ties as well. In fact, the zip ties weren't long enough, so what I ended up doing, and it was these zip ties in particular, is I took two zip ties and I made them into one zip tie. And to do that, let me show you on this camera, what you would do is you would simply guide one of these zip ties into the other one, but just a little bit. Right? Just a little bit like so, and now you have a longer zip tie, because if we had just used one, it wouldn't be enough, right? So that's how I attached right here the power bank. This power bank is like 20,000 milliamps or something like that, so it's got a lot of power, and this is the cable right here that then would connect to the GoPro, right? I used the media mod, and I think that I didn't explain, the reason the GoPro is not attached right here is because I'm using it as a secondary camera. This media mod does not connect directly because on the newer GoPros, the connection to this plate right here is on the GoPro itself. That's why I don't have this attached. But what the media mod does is it allows you to add HDMI out, you got power out, you got audio out, etc. So you can connect an external microphone, you can connect an external monitor, etc. Right? So the media mod then attaches right here, and we have the GoPro. We can tilt this, move it, etc. Right? We have the battery backup right here, so we don't have to worry about the GoPro's battery because the GoPro's battery is maybe, 20, 30 minutes. It's horrible, right? But connected to this thing, I could have ran it all day. I barely put a dent in the power bank, so we could have gone even further. Up on the top, this thing is called a snap mount, right? And like I said, it's magnetic. But on the back right here is the cell phone mount from the same company called Snap Mounts. It's super heavy duty, but one of the things that I like about this, let's go to this other camera, right? Or go to the GoPro that was used, is that notice this. If I turn this, I could turn this like this. So not only could I go forward and backward, I could also turn this side to side. So I really like that. Now you'll notice that this is angled down a bit. And so the reality is there just wasn't enough room, not just because of the power bank, but also because of the top of the cage. And once you put the cell phone on, this part would extend. And so the cell phone's tilted down a bit. So that means either A, you have to hold this higher, right? So you can see this view better, or you just angle it, etc. So that's something to keep note. That's the one downside to this setup is that your monitor, which I used my cell phone for that, needs to be tilted towards you. Right here I brought a Lume Cube Pro, Panel Pro. This is optional. This light can be changed to different temperatures, different power levels, etc. And it's optional. Right here, I can unscrew this piece right here, take this off, so if I don't need to use it, I put it in my bag, etc. In fact, I brought it with, but I think that I took it out and we didn't end up using it, so I put it in the bag, right? But this gave me the option because if we were in a place that wasn't so bright, I could have this on the camera, etc., to brighten my subject if it was too dark because either we had backlighting, we had this or that, etc. Obviously, you want to bring extra thumb screws because this connects to the GoPro. Also, this piece right here, this is the one that comes with the snap mount, so it's connected here. But bringing extra screws for your GoPro, good idea, right? Next, we needed some better audio because the reality is we were recording some interviews, etc. And what I ended up using was the Hollyland Lark Max, I believe is the name of the model. But let me open this up. This is its carrying case. And this little cable that goes to 3.5 to 3.5 is inside of here, right? But okay, this is what we use, connecting to the media mod and then connecting to the receiver, right? If I open this up and show you onto the camera, we'll move this out of the way, you're gonna see that this comes with 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. When we take out the receiver, this is what is going to get attached to the GoPro. Now the GoPro has cold shoes. You could just put this clip right here and slide it into one of the cold shoes. And if I show you on the GoPro over here, you'll see that, okay, this is now attached, perfect. And on the media mod, it's got 2 options. It's got a cold shoe here and a cold shoe here. So what this, and then again, you're going to connect your 3.5-inch jack to this and to the camera, right? That's going to receive the audio from the transmitters. The transmitters are here. They're super simple. When you pull it out of this case, by the way, this case is a charging case. So we put it back in and it charges. As I'm dropping things, On the back of this, there's a magnet. So all we have to do is pull this magnet off. It's a little disc. We can put this under our shirt, right? And when we put it under our shirt, then all of a sudden we've attached the mic this easy, quickly, right? So that's one of the reasons that I like this. The wireless mic that I use normally when I'm recording is much better than these. However, this is much easier to use when you're on the go, running gun. And that's why I decided to use these particular mics instead of bringing the Sennheiser system that I use for the house or for other larger productions, etc. So we're going to go ahead and put this back in. Again, this has the ability to record from your cell phone, record from an actual camera with the 3.5-inch jack. Because it has other connectors in here, it also has a wind protector or a dead cat that you can attach to the top of the mic. I really like this system for a running gun setup. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in here. And again, it would be clicked on top of the GoPro Media Mod, right? I'm going to close this. I'm going to move it off to the side. And I'm going to show you just a couple more things. I'd already talked about bringing extra zip ties. I used 2 different types of zip ties, so I brought 2 different kinds, right? I brought the wire cutter just so I could snip the zip ties quickly, etc., right? So you don't technically need this. You could have used a scissor. A knife would maybe be more dangerous because maybe you would cut another wire. You don't want to do that, right? Now, obviously, for your connections, right now, I believe that this was a backup cable because coming out of the battery bank, you want to have coming from regular USB to USB-C going into the media mod, and that's going to power the camera, right? You're also going to need this jack to connect your audio. You're also going to need this, right? So this is 3 different cables connected into one. This cable right here is just micro HDMI to HDMI, right? This little piece right here is like a video converter. And what this is doing is taking your HDMI signal and converting it into regular USB. Now, the thing is, we want USB-C, so I bought this little adapter, you put the little adapter on, and all that does is change the end of the connection, right? So again, we're gonna come out of the camera using micro HDMI. It's going to then come over to USB-C, and the USB-C is then going to go into my cell phone. And what that allowed me to do, again, is using a camera called Next Camera or an app called Next Camera, allow me to view what was on the GoPro on the cell phone so you have a bigger screen. That is optional. You don't have to do that. If you didn't want to do that and you trusted that you could see on that small screen when you're moving around, then you could just move this down here and just have the GoPro right here. You don't need the cell phone. But I wanted a bigger monitor to make it easier, to make it more clear of what you're going to see, etc. So again, this gives you a lot of options, and there are a lot of mounting points all over this thing. You don't have to use zip ties. You could use 1/4-20 threads. You could use 3/8 threads, depending on what you're mounting. And this piece on the bottom right here, I think this came from another setup. But I'm sure you can buy these on Amazon and everywhere, right? Obviously, the most important thing that you should do if you create a setup like this is practice. And when I say practice, make sure it all works. Record yourself in the house doing something like this, etc., and then get comfortable, right? When you're moving this, bring your arms in, hold them on your sides, and this is gonna make it more stable. Your arms being at your sides is more stable, and then this is gonna make it more stable. Not to mention, the reality is the GoPro has Hyper Smooth built in, so you can turn that on. Your shots are gonna be smooth as butter, baby. Anyways, I thought I'd show you guys what setup I use. If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, please leave it in the comments. I'll also link to whatever is still available. Some things, like I said, this cage, I don't think is still available. You could find another one. I'll see if I could find a different cage on Amazon that I can link to that you could get in its place. Guys, gals, everybody, please watch the Spannabis video. Let me know what you think. And if you like this video and you found it helpful, please let me know. Also, if you'd like to know what my regular setup is for when I'm recording these videos, I'll do a video on that. It's always like when you're trying to hit the flesh of your hand right here, that gives a nice sound, right? Whenever I hit like off, I'm like, get the right slap. Make it clap. Anyways, guys, gals, everybody, woo! Time to smoke. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. You know the deal, baby. Until next time, I don't know what I'm doing, yo. I'm out!